What's up, fam? Welcome back to the frequency. I got a lot on my mind right now, so I'm probably going to make back-to-back videos. The second video is going to be more on it's going to be pretty important. It's kind of like the vision of reality files and conscious community. What's going on out here? Yeah, so make sure you check that out. A lot of changes going on right now. It's funny when your external environment starts shifting, transforming. It almost like, as within, so without. As without, so within. So probably internal changes triggered this transformation, but kind of going through another transformation of self, I guess you could call it. Just like reflecting a lot, feeling all those emotions and all the baggage, and just like seeing that old life, that old person, right? And feeling it all and letting it go. It's not a particularly happy time, but that's all right. It's kind of a watery day. And that brings us to, I wanted to touch on my meditation today. I usually, when I was journaling, and whenever I journal, each day I try to give a theme. And today is subtlety. Today is gentleness. And water, fluidity. This is a meditation that we can all benefit a lot from. Like me, I'm a fiery and airy kind of person, and you can see this when I make videos. But actually, I feel like a lot of when I watch my older videos, a lot of it's driven by fear. Or, scared of what people are going to say or think. Even if I do have that lion attitude, it's still like a block. It's not released fully. And I realize that kind of anxiety or fear, always feeling like I need to be perfect, or I need to have this type of energy, or I need to act like this, that's all bullshit, guys. Be you, and just be. Like when I was longboarding today, sometimes I sprint, sometimes I go real slow. Today I was just drifting like the breeze, right? When I was sitting here, I wasn't in deep thought. I was just kind of allowing things to come. And when I speak to you guys right now, I'm going to speak with gentleness. I'm going to teach with gentleness. And that might sound weak. That might sound, whatever. It's a slower video. A lot of people probably exited out by now, but I don't care. I realized something today. I realized a lot of things today. And I've known for a long time the quote by Lao Tzu, that subtlety overcomes all rigidity, and a subtle force is the most powerful force in the universe. Bruce Lee, be like water, my friends. That is the meditation today. It's funny, when I look back at just like videos, and as an example, we have a common ground there. When I look back, what gets the most interaction and most engagement, the most likes, is when it's just me. It's just real, right? I don't have some kind of planned thing I want to say. I'm not fighting any resistance. I'm just fluid and flowing. It almost today, it almost feels like I'm intoxicated, but I'm not, It's like that slight drunkenness, that, whatever. I'm just going to let things through. And I guess what I'm saying here is this is powerful for all of us, my friends. Be you. Stop forcing things. Stop resisting things. And realize that you are enough. Let it out. Just go with the flow. Drift into currents. No forcing, right? And that is where you're most powerful. So that's the meditation for today. Moving straight on. I don't want to separate this into 3 videos. So let's talk about increasing energy. I was just sitting here and a lot of things kind of hit me in terms of like looking at what I did, what I've been doing, like who I was, and like that life I'm kind of leaving behind as my external environment shifts, right? And my internal shifting much more. My diet's changing, my exercise, my habits, my emotions, everything's kind of shifting right now. And these transformations are great. You need a lot of alone time, but figure this shit out. But when I look back on, increasing energy and like my blocks and this shit and just like the problems and like what I struggle with the most, the chaos, I found some very powerful visualizations and like some kind of like analogies to help everyone understand what it is. Like energetic responsibility, my friends, getting straight to the point now. If you're still with me, you get the major keys because you're fam. Make sure you go check out the second video. That's one's going to be real good. But the first one, your energy, like your energy supply, how much light you hold, right? Your frequency and vibration. You could think about it almost like, I don't know whatever game you used to play or I used to play, but I think about it as a banana farm, okay? And when you start, you have nothing but one banana farm or whatever, banana plantation, and that gets you money. So you can build up currency, just like you can build up energy. And that banana farm is analogous, is that the right word? To breath, my friends. Breathing, right? The prana, the sunlight, okay? And whenever you have an emotional reaction, whenever you have a thought, whenever you think through something and visualize it, right? All this takes energy and you send off energy. What sends off the most energy is fulfilling base desires usually. So like an orgasm, like that is a huge release of energy. It's like literally days of breath, days of mining that banana plantation, right? To go spend it on a new house for your little plot of land that you're building, right, in this game. And that banana plantation only makes money so fast. But you can upgrade it. You can upgrade your breath. You can upgrade how you breathe the prana. You can upgrade how dense you are, how much prana can flow through you, how much sunlight you can receive, right? So you can upgrade the plantation. So all of a sudden you got like level 10 plantation, maybe level 5 plantation, right? So you're getting more currency quicker. You're regenerating quicker. But are you expending faster? Are you buying more furnishings for the house? Are you, and the analogy of this would be, like, what are you spending your energy on? Energetic responsibility is huge, and I had none of it. And I'm just learning this now, and it's like something I'm dealing with, and like it's going to be a process for all of us and a journey. Energetic responsibility. What are you giving energy to? Are you reacting to many things? Are you in fear and giving off anxious energy, right? Always worrying about things. Are you, eating shitty food or hanging out with toxic friends that just drain you of energy, right? Are you in cold environments where you get no sunlight, right? How about your banana plantation? You got to upgrade that, okay? You got to upgrade your breath. You got to upgrade the prana. Are you aware of your breath? Are you aware of this moment? Are you feeling, or are you tensed up? See, if you're tensed up everywhere, prana can't flow through you, right? You're probably breathing up here in the chest, not getting the full breath. Learn how to breathe, my friends, and upgrade the banana plantation. get more currency quicker, okay? And then you can add things to your little farm, your village, your plot of land in this like Sims game, like a strawberry farm, right? Where you get to, the analogy of this would be eating high vibrational electric foods, right? Increasing energy that way. And you can sell those strawberries and get money and increase your revenue, right? Increasing the supply of energy, but maintaining, you got to source it within. If you're always going to buy new furnishings for your house and all these new things, right? And spending your energy sporadically, you're always going to be in a impoverished state. But if you grow your own trees for that wood to build your house with, right? And you get everything on your plot of land to sustain the self, just like how we, with the body, need nothing out here. If you can become one with the source, get back to the source, and then your energy just keeps building exponentially, right? Energetic responsibility, where are you releasing energy? What are you reacting to? What's giving strong emotional draws, right? Are you thinking loud, meaningless thoughts? Guard the gates of your mind, my friends, right? Guard what you speak. Every word is energy. Every thought is energy, right? All of that. The second analogy that's very powerful. I was listening to Nikola Tesla, Increasing Human Energy, the other day, and he gave this amazing example of a train. Your energy is like a train moving, okay? And you have positive forces, negative forces. So you have, I'll explain this with the analogy first. This train is moving at a certain velocity, a given velocity, right? You come into this life with an endowed amount of energy. And you can add cars onto that train that are moving faster or have their own velocity, their own engine, right? So you have to add mass to the train that is going at the same speed or faster. If you can add mass, so a train car, if you can add a train car that's going at the same speed as the train, right? You increase the train's momentum, okay? Momentum is mass times velocity, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that sounds right. So add a train car that's going the same speed, meaning what are you eating? When you eat something, you're adding to this vessel, you're adding to your energetic source, right? So are you eating things that are going slower than your train car, right? Are you eating meats and all these processed foods, or are you eating pure electrical, raw foods, right? Are you eating with nature? So if you can add train cars that are going at the same velocity as this train, as this energetic being, you can increase momentum. It's all about increasing momentum and increasing velocity. So increasing mass and increasing speed. Let's talk about negative forces and frictional forces. Negative forces would be like, maybe smoking weed, drinking, like smoking cigarettes, even anything that's active, right, is a negative force. And these can actually be very powerful positive forces. We're going to get back to this. Let's talk about frictional forces. Friction is laziness, is apathy, is when you lose the awareness of your purpose, when you lose awareness and perspective of what you're here to do, right? Friction is like watching TV, playing video games, right? Just consuming and fulfilling base desires. That shit, guys, I look out here and everyone is trying to attain a state of pure friction. Everybody. Literally everyone's dream is to be able to, just like sit back on the beach, drink cocktails, and smoke weed with friends and be by a campfire and do whatever they want, right? Mostly frictional and negative forces. Eliminate friction forces, okay? Negative forces are tough, right? We have habits. So smoking weed, right? Or drinking coffee. But that negative force is caused from an underlying principle that is strong, that can be very positive. Perhaps you're drinking coffee because you want to create very well. You're a painter, right? So you're drinking coffee so you can paint better because you want to paint well. You want to paint amazing paintings. If you're, whatever you do, right? Maybe it's just going out and socializing, right? You want to give your full energy to people, right? You want to be awake. You want to be there. So you're drinking coffee. That coffee is a negative force, right? It's actually, it's a train car that is accelerating the other way, right? It's pulling the train backwards. The train's going to keep going, but that's a negative force. It's going the opposite direction. Same with like smoking weed. Let's say you're doing it for creativity or rap, or you're smoking weed because you push yourself so hard, or you're just so overwhelmed with the shit in your life, right? That you need to relax, or anything out here, right? Any vice. You got to be aware if it's a frictional or a negative force. Like that smoking weed example, most would say that it'd be a frictional force if you're like overwhelmed and you're working so hard and you just want to relax and just like vibe, right? That's actually not friction. That's a negative force, because the underlying principle is that you are active and like you want to be going hard, but you don't know how to balance the energies. You don't know how to balance all the stress and the shit in this chaotic matrix, right? So like you need that. You found that to replace that connection. You see, my friends, all negative forces are your strongest positive force, okay? You have to look at the underlying principle, right? And then see how you can harmonize that and transmute that negative force into a positive force, because train cars can either have the brakes locked, that's a frictional force, or they can have an engine, right? But some engines are going the opposite way of the train. That's the negative force, right? If you can switch the direction that engine's moving, that engine has the potential to add tremendous velocity and momentum to the train car. You are energy and you need to increase momentum. Remove frictional forces, right? If you're lazy, if you just want to just sit on the couch and watch TV, right? What I encourage you to do, if you have a lot of friction in your life, right? If you just waste time, really, if you look back on it, you got to really, really go introspect, my friends, and reflect openly, like I've been doing lately. Maybe journal, write a few things down, and see where the frictional forces and the negative forces are in your life, okay? Those frictional forces, what I've been like trying to do to replace those is pick up something that I genuinely enjoy to do, right? It's very sad out here. A lot of people literally don't do a single thing they do only because they enjoy doing it. We only do what we're told. We only do shit because we've been programmed our whole lives to believe that only these things will help us in life. Playing the piano when you're not that good at it, that ain't gonna do shit for you, right? Reading these fantasy books, that ain't gonna help you get into college, get a good job, get money. So we've been programmed to be turned away from the shit that we enjoy to do. I used to walk up like streams and look for rocks, right? When I was a kid. What did you do when you were 6 or 7 years old? Just for the hell of it. Just because you wanted to, right? Try to replace frictional forces with that. And even more powerful, if you can keep in perspective of why you're here and who you are, and realize that you have a divine purpose here, that you have skills and talents that you've even yet to discover, right? And if you can find your frequency, if you can find your music and start playing that, right? Start becoming who you are and start going on your mission, that is the most powerful way to overcome a frictional force, because all of a sudden you have passion, you have drive, you want something, you're going towards something, you're not a lost sailboat knocked around by the storm. So overcome frictional forces. Look at negative forces in your life openly, right? We usually have a massive mental block against looking at negative forces because we believe that we need them there, right? There's no way I could do it without it, right? And then you look back and just like all the shit that it's thrown you through, right? And you don't even want to reflect on it, right? Kind of like my stimulant addiction, or the just like different addictions we've all gone through, right? We're addictive beings. And like, really to overcome that, you have to reflect on why you're using it. What is pushing you there? What's the underlying principle? What's resting in your heart that's manifesting that result because of a lack of connection to that energy? Transmute negative forces. We can go deeper into this, or you can schedule a Skype call or something. We can talk through this stuff. Overcome frictional forces and build the momentum. Add mass to the train car. High vibrational foods, right? Loving relationships. Sunlight, prana, right? Add high velocity mass to the train car, to your body, to your energy, right? You increase energy. When you increase energy, those frictional forces won't exist anymore because you have more energy to go through the day. Those negative forces will start to recede. This is all exponential. Momentum is exponential, my friends. Energy increasing is exponential. Because as you increase in energy, all of a sudden, I don't even think about all these old lusts and addictions I once had just because I have a higher energy, right? I don't need that. I don't seek that, right? I'm okay with right now. And as you increase energy, right, you overcome the body and the flesh and the beast, right? You'll be able to exist in spirit. You'll be able to be aware of this present moment longer. And when you can be aware of this present moment longer, no matter what you're doing, and becoming more fluid, right? Then you can build momentum, because momentum is built in the present moment. Momentum. Hell yeah, my friends. Those are two examples, analogies for increasing energy, and a quick meditation on subtlety. And guys, what is pushing you? What are you resisting? What do you have to force yourself to do, my friends? If you can switch how you think about that, just be okay. Just flow into it. Just whatever, right? All things have meaning. Your path is divine, right? And if you can switch your perspective and openly reflect on what's going on in your life, in your past, this can trigger a transformation that will blow you miles away, that you didn't even think is possible, right? You can overcome your deepest vices, your deepest issues, my friends, just by looking at it and accepting it, just by openly reflecting on it and seeing the underlying principles. That's what I've been doing. A lot of internal changes and external changes going on right now. There's something in the air, my friends. I just feel big shifts, not just me, like everywhere. Let me know what you guys think about that. And I would really appreciate your guys' support with a like, a comment, or if you want to go to the next level and go check out my t-shirts, the posters, whatever I got going on in the store, right? Or donate. You guys are the best. Go check out the next video. We're going to be talking about the future of reality files and conscious community and a lot of stuff for you. Anyway, thanks for watching.